Hello again. In Lesson 5 we will be discussing pet loss and grief. This is Lesson 5, Part 1, the Human-Animal Bond. Throughout Lesson 5 we will be learning about the human-animal bond itself and having better understanding of the relationship between humans and animals. We will also be discussing increased awareness on pet owner perspectives that might go into some of the decision making that we will be talking about. We will be discussing the varying nature of grief and how it is different for everybody that we encounter. We will be learning to compare the quality of life versus quantity of life in our decision-making process when we are talking to our pet owners. We will become more comfortable in making end-of-life decisions with pet owners, and we will also increase the knowledge that goes along with memorialization options available to us in the field. So we will get started talking about the human-animal bond. The American Veterinary Medical Association provides us with this formal definition of the human-animal bond. I find it interesting that they use the term dynamic in this definition. Dynamic is usually a word used in physics or music-related topics, and it means having physical force or energy. When we consider the usage of this word in this definition, it makes the definition have a meaning that we might not have considered otherwise. When we are considering the American Veterinary Medical Association definition of the human-animal bond, if we replace the word dynamic, it gives us new perspective on the definition of the human-animal bond. The human-animal bond is a bond between humans and animals that does have an energy or a force that allows us to move forward in vitality and have better, healthy, and centered well-being. Simply by having a relationship with an animal of any kind. That can be a dog, a cat, a bird, a spider, a horse. Any kind of an animal relationship can have this mutually beneficial energy that is created for both species. Numerous studies have been conducted on the benefits of the human-animal bond. The Centers for Disease Control have published, based on these studies, health benefits that we know for sure happen when we have a relationship with an animal. Some of these benefits you can see here. There are a lot of studies available if you'd care to read them, but we do know that having a relationship with an animal does benefit our body physically and mentally. We have improved cardiovascular function, decreased feelings of loneliness, increased opportunities for socialization, and we are social creatures, so having those opportunities helps to alleviate some of the depressive feelings that we as humans might experience. So there are a lot of benefits to having an animal, being in a relationship with an animal. We have to keep this in mind for our pet owners, but it's also healthy for us as veterinary staff because we are continually exposed to animals and we have numerous opportunities to develop the human-animal bond within our profession. Here you can see some of the additional benefits of owning an animal or being in a relationship with an animal. They can range from more rapid recovery after illness or surgery to more chances for exercise by simply walking your animal, which helps to maintain mobility in geriatric years of life. And then we are also just now starting to learn about the therapeutic benefits of pet ownership, and we are starting to incorporate pet therapy into human medical practices because we know that this relationship allows us for a more healthy and centered well-being. Ethology is a term that you should be familiar with, and it means the study of animal behavior. Purdue University has a center or a department that is dedicated strictly to the human-animal bond and the study of animal behavior. Their purpose is to find ways that we can continue enhancing the benefits of this human-animal bond. Their website is here if you would like to check them out. They have some pretty good resources available to us as veterinary professionals. So if for nothing else, it might be a good pet loss resource for you when you are having pet owners who are having difficulty with the human-animal bond and the fracture that comes to that bond when euthanasia or pet loss becomes a topic of conversation. Within our profession, we also have organizations that promote the human-animal bond. The American Association of the Human-Animal Bond Veterinarians is one of those. Their purpose is to enhance the role of the veterinary professional in nurturing the human-animal bond. Anybody can join or be a member of this, veterinarians, technicians, vet assistants, and students as well.